43 years of experience, millions of dollars recovered for my clients right here in Macon.
Call Forrest.
This is Forrest. You don't need to look any further. All of these lawyers from all over, they're not here. I'm here with you, and I'm a part of your community. You know me. You got me.
Call Forrest.
Forrest B. Johnson and Associates. 478-257-6266. No need to look any further. You got me.
Middle Georgia. WDDO 980 AM is proud to welcome NAACP President Gwinnett Middlebrooks and Vice President Willie Dumas for their weekly broadcast every Monday from 4 until 5 p.m. on The Glory, 980 AM WDDO. The Glory Express.
All aboard.
With your god brother, your godson, your god nephew, Vertice Z. Rozier. Weekdays from 6 a.m. until 11 on 980 AM WDDO. The Glory. The Glory. The Glory.
Dad always said there's two ways you can practice law. You can either be a jerk or you can be a gentleman. I prefer the latter. If you need us, the Dozier Law Firm is here for you.
I don't think I used the word jerk.
If you've been wondering where your old-time gospel favorites are, well, they are right here. Every weekday at 9 a.m., where Vertice inspires us, lifts us, and takes us back with Walking Down the Lane. Come hear the oldies with Vertice on 980 a.m. WDDO. The Glory.
Angels of Mercy has moved to 3085 Vineview Avenue. Do you or a loved one need assistance with personal care, light housekeeping, meal preparation, laundry, and bathing? Are you in the sandwich generation with aging parents, a family of your own, and maintaining your career, caring for an elderly?
Connecting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Welcome to the Issues of Life broadcast with your host, EVELYN Reed. This show will address health, religious, and political issues that our communities face daily. Let's go live into the studio with your host, EVELYN Reed, for the Issues of Life broadcast, right here on The Glory, 107.9 FM, 980 AM.
And good afternoon and welcome to Issues of Life. You are here with EVELYN Reed, and we are so delighted that you have joined us today. We have a guest coming. She is on her way, but in the meantime, I'm going to be talking to you about whatever's on my mind today. You have something you want to talk about or discuss, please call me at 478-250-1444. That's 478-250-1444. Issues of life. And we're talking about issues all the time because life is full of issues, full of things that's going on in the world. And one of the things that I've been doing some new research, and I want to praise God for the new research that I just found. In fact, when I found the research, I decided to make the product that I found. I haven't given it a name yet, but I don't like to use a product or share a product until I've tried it for myself. And so this new product that I just made, it takes your diabetes down. So if you're running with high diabetes and you can't figure out what to do, I have been experimenting on myself. By the way, I do experiment on myself before I introduce any of the products that I have to the public. And so I've been working on this new product for diabetes, and it seems to work. So I'm going to keep trying it on myself, and then I will introduce it to you. I'm excited about it. I mean, it really works. And I really want you to pay attention to your body so that you can figure out what's going on with you, what is happening with you, so that you don't find yourself in a situation that you can't figure it out. The other thing that I've been doing is researching in natural plants. My new book that's coming out very shortly, it's called Herbs from the Garden of Eden. And one of the things that I've been doing is studying things that was mentioned in the Bible when God gave Adam, when he when he made Adam and he made everything, he says, I've given you everything to eat. All the fruit trees, all the vegetables, all the herbs that was in the Garden of Eden. And the problem is we have a real serious problem not wanting to try the natural herbs. So the other day when we were driving, we went to Americas for a marriage seminar, which was really a great seminar. And while we were driving there, we passed a lot of farmlands. And as we were passing the farmlands, one of the things I noticed was the cows and the horses and the goats and all that stuff that was in the area. They were all eating grass. And so I went back and kind of looked at that. And guess what? Grass was the first thing that God gave to man. It was the grass. He made it first, and then he made everything else after that. And so you wonder why the horses and cows and chickens and all those things that eat from the grass don't get sick the way we do. However, I'm not telling you to go out there and eat any grass. I'm saying God made it. And so I'm going to do some deep research on that because I want to bring it to you. If it's something that God has given us to eat, then we need to look at it. But most people say, "Oh no, I'm not going to eat anything that's that." And a lot of people don't like to use natural products, um, but I do. I use natural products for everything. I make it for myself, and I just made a new skincare product because as we age, we start buying a lot of junk. Lancome, L'Oreal, all those names. And we buy all this stuff to make us beautiful. But then you end up, if you're like me, you end up with every product on the market that does not work. So I decided, I've been doing this for years, just buying junk. And I decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to make my own. And so I started making this new skincare. I'm testing that on myself too. So when I find out how it's working, then I'll introduce it to you so that you can try it for yourself. Now, I do make 22, but now about 25 products. And one of the things that, sometimes I make stuff and I don't tell people about it. And the reason I don't is because I didn't ever want people to look at me like a stranger, crazy, or something. However, I decided that I was listening to a pastor on this past weekend, and he was saying, if God has given you a talent, why do you hide it under a bushel? And I was thinking to myself, that's what I've been doing. I've been, 27 and a half years since I started my journey with cancer. However, I'm 23 years since I had lung cancer. And I was thinking, God gave me a lot of stuff and I have used it, I've tried it, and I'm still here. And it's like very shocking to me. I'm still here. And so I think about that and I say, I'm going to just go public with all of my products, everything. So coming soon, not right now, but coming soon, you're going to be seeing some of the products that I make. Um, my products are called ER. Everything is ER. That's Evelyn Reed, but it's ER pain relief, ER hair products, ER whatever. And I make a spray pain relief now too. And in a couple of days, a few weeks ago, I used a new product, and it's called, well, I didn't name it yet, but I use wild lettuce. Um, and when I started doing the research on wild lettuce, not only is it edible, it's also, I made it so that you could use it as a pain relief. So I'm real excited about what the Lord has been doing with teaching me stuff. And I know I sound crazy when I'm saying, well, I've studied every day. I study something new. I study stuff about everything that goes on in the body. And so, not that I'm so smart, it's because I have been a very sick person in my lifetime. And having lung cancer is nothing to play with when the doctors don't give you a lot of hope. Um, but God gave me hope through the things that I learned from the scriptures, from the Word of God. And one of the things I'm just going to share this with you. When you're reading the book of Job, um, there is something in there that you can do if you have boils. If everybody has boils, you can use stuff like dates or figs, and that will cure up any boils that you might have on the body. But when you do get a boil, you got to ask the question, where is these boils coming from? You don't just get a boil. Your body is talking and is telling you something, some kind of infection is going on in the body. And also, if you have an infestation of parasites, you really do need to. I know everybody says we don't like garlic, but pure garlic will kill those parasites. Even if you take garlic and plant it outside around your flowers or you put them in your flowers, you won't even get parasites near them. But it also really kills parasites in the body. And most people think it's just one kind of parasites. There are over 15 kinds of parasites that can live in your body. And so you need to be aware of this, what they do, how they live in your body, and what happens if you don't deal with that. And then sometimes we're dealing with people who have constipation. They don't like to talk about constipation. But if you're having constipation and then you see blood in your stool, you have to ask the question before you go and get crazy and say, is my constipation causing me to have blood in my stools? Why? Because when you can't pass your bowel from your body, the problem is different. Now, I did make something for your liver to clean your liver, but I'm trying it on myself, and I like it too. It's like wow, uh, because the liver is the part of the body that takes everything out. Your body, it goes through everything. So you really do need to have a clean liver. Now, some people just use milk thistle, but my new research has given me so many other things um, to add to that. So I'm going to be adding it to the milk thistle, and then see what you think about after you've tried it. But milk thistle will give you a fresher liver. And when your liver is clean, guess what happens? You feel good. You can be sexy, stunning, and sleek if you got a if your liver is clean. And then I want to just talk about something that most women don't like to talk about. Men don't like to talk about when they have high blood pressure that they get something called uh, dysfunctional. That's they can't have sex like they did when they were young. What you want to do is make sure that if you are going through sexual problems, you need to talk to your wife or your spouse about what's going on. Why are you having these problems? Why can't you have sex? Why can't you function the way you do? And the other thing is, most people will go to Viagra, but you have to have your body has to be healthy enough to take the Viagra. Why? Because the Viagra can kill you if you're crazy. Okay, so you want to make sure you're watching that if you do that. And women who are getting older, sometimes you have what you call vaginal dryness. And I know y'all don't want to hear this on the air, but it's true. And there are things that you can do too that will help you so that you don't have to have all these problems. Now, what I always do is tell the ladies that come to me, I say, look, after you get this taken care of, go stand on the wall and go, hello, big boy. It's funny, but it's okay. The Lord has been good, and so what you have to do is you have to keep that there. And then one of the things that we do as married women and married men, once you get together, you just start acting like, oh, there is no more romance, no more kissing, no more time together, except when you come together for sexual relationships. But you need that flavor in there before all of this. You need to be able to enjoy the person that God has placed in your life. Now, I'm not talking about a person that's not your spouse. Okay, I'm talking about for those people who are married and understanding marriage. You make your home and your life something special that you can enjoy the person that God gave you, because sex was not just given for procreation. Excuse me. It was given for pleasure also. So you want to think about all those things. And you want to make sure your body is healthy enough for sex and for growing in a relationship. So a lot of people don't think about that. It doesn't bother me to talk about it, but it bothers a lot of people. They become shy, and I think that the problem is we don't talk enough about stuff like that. We don't teach our girls. Mothers don't want to tell their girls what's going on with their bodies. Men don't talk about the boys what's going on in their bodies. And so we need to do that. We just need to say, hey, let's talk. With my daughter, I always used to say, okay, let's have hot chocolate. And when you're having hot chocolate, you can find out everything you need to find out, but you also find out what you can teach during those hours of the hot chocolate drink. So you're having the hot chocolate and you say, oh, let's talk about boys today. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. And you'd be surprised how much stuff you can learn and get into your daughter's life or your son's life so that they can have the freedom to talk to you about that, because most people shy down. They don't want to talk about they don't want to talk about sex. They don't want to talk about problems, urinary tract infections, things that's going on in their bodies. And you need to talk about that, because if you're not educated in the things that's going on with your body, you will have the bigger problems later on. So you need to do that. Is just talk about it, and it's not something to be ashamed of, because guess what? In the beginning, God created and God made us for certain things. So when you get to the point that you want to talk about those kinds of things, and sometimes, we don't talk about it in the church. We put a lot of stuff in the corner. Said, "Oh no, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to do this." But I think that you should. You should talk about things that relate, that teach your children what God says about certain things of the body, what God says about you, what God says about me, how to treat our neighbors, how to love one another, how to speak to one another. All those kinds of things are important, but the only way you're going to get those things out there is talk about it, and talk about it in a way that is not, it's not nasty. It's really good what God did, because God said in his word, everything that I made is good. Huh. Everything he made is good, but he gives you a way to find the goodness in what he has made. In other words, he said he made marriage, and in making marriage, he said it's good. He did that. I didn't do it. You didn't do it. God did that. And so we have to put ourselves in the proper positions to receive what God has for us. Now, if you want to call me and you can argue with me about it, it's okay. But if you do want to call me and say something about it, you can call me at 478-250-1444. That's 478-250-1444. You're listening to The Glory 107.9. And you can also see this on Facebook, YouTube, all those, Twitter, Pericone, and the link. So you need to just have your questions. You can call me and let me know what you think. And if I'm too forward, you can say that too. I'm just plain Jane. I like to be honest with what I think about stuff. I think that God has given us that, and it's a good thing for us to do. I do have a guest coming in. Hopefully, she'll get here in time for the show, but if not, she'll be coming on several times. Her name is Beverly Banks, and she is going to be doing, she's teaching at the Douglas Theater, and she's teaching theater there. And in September, there's going to be at least 3 shows a day for that. And so we're excited about that for her, and praise God for what she's doing. And guess what? She's using the talent that God has given her. So you got to ask yourself, for you, what kind of talent has God given you? Now, when I was listening to this preacher on this past weekend, he says God gave one man 10 talents, one five, and one one. And the 10 talent guy went out and made more talents for himself. And God said, "Oh, well done." And then the five one went out and about five more. But then the one with one talent, he says, "Listen, Lord, I know you were just. I knew all this stuff about you. So here's the talent that you gave me." And God called him evil. And so you have to look at yourself. What can you do? What is the things that you have been able to do with your life? Can you play music? Can you read? Can you write? Can you can you become a doctor? Can you become a naturopath? Can you do all these things? We have a lot of talent, but we hide it underneath the bushel. And someday God is going to ask us to give an account for that talent. And so that's what I'm looking forward to is Lord, I don't want to hide what you have given me because the Lord has given me a lot. And sometimes I don't even tell people all the things that God has done for me or allowed me to be able to do. And so I just decided I'm coming. You know, when Diana Ross wrote the song, I'm coming out. That's me. I'm coming out. I'm coming out of hiding my talents underneath a bushel because I believe that God gave me the talent that I have. And my sisters always say, you're always making stuff. That's because I was the kid that watched my mother. I don't care what my mother made. I knew how to make it. Why? Because my mother was part Indian. She had 11 children, and we didn't get to go to the doctor like the kids do today. 11 children, you can't go to the doctor every day. But what happened was, I was a kid who watched a lot of my mother's natural healings that she did. And then as I grew older, I became a naturopath. And so I'm excited about that. And I'm also excited that my guest is here. And I am really excited about her. I want to tell you who she is. She is Beverly Banks, and she is the owner, producer, director of True Love Productions, but she also is teaching at the Douglas Theater. And so, hey, Beverly, I'm glad you got here.
I'm running. I had to put my children with their parents. And yes, whew, I'm hot and sticky. Oh, Jesus. Whew. Can I put a filter over this? Oh,
Listen, let's talk about what you're doing. What's happening with you at the Douglas right now?
I'm teaching the summer theater camp, Stageworks summer theater camp. They
Hmm.
have the Douglas Theater, historical Douglas Theater in Macon, Georgia has every year they have Stageworks, what they call
Hmm.
a theatrical kind of summer camp. So they brought me in from Atlanta, put me up in the Airbnb. Woo, woo, woo. I'm feeling like royalty. And yeah, so I've got a 6-week commission to put on a production the 14th of July.
Oh, okay. Listen, I was excited because at one point the girl that played on Young and the Restless did that and I interviewed her on my TV show when I
Oh,
was doing television.
nice.
So her name was Drusilla. That's all I remember.
Oh,
But
I know who Drusilla is from Young and the Restless. Was
yeah,
that her stage name on the Young and the Restless?
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Okay,
was
I
her
know who
saying.
that is.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm glad to see that you are doing this because it's local. She would come in from California or somewhere to do it.
Oh, I need to go to California and come back.
No, no,
Oh,
you don't have to be.
I just want to make sure.
So tell us about you got some plays coming to Macon.
I do. Actually, I'm going to come back September the 9th. I'm doing 3 plays in a day. So I'm going to do one play called Dressed Up Dirt, another one called Are You My Daddy, and the other one called The Second First Lady. So, so yeah.
I
The,
hope you didn't
se-
talk too bad about the first lady.
the Second First Lady is totally a comedy.
Oh,
Dressed Up Dirt is a comedy drama, and then Are You My Daddy is it's a combination. I guess I can call it a comedy drama too. Yes.
yeah. So you're excited? I'm excited for you.
I am excited. This is actually the second time that I'm doing 3 plays in a day.
Hmm.
And so the first play will be at 5, and then another play at 6, and another no, it's, anyway, you'll have to get the poster. I got children on my brain. But 3 plays in a day, and you can get a ticket for all 3 plays, or you can buy a ticket and get the second play for half price. So it's a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Actually, I found some of my actors in my theater camp.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good. Some of
Yes,
the ones that you're teaching now.
yes, mhm.
Oh, that's great. I'm trying to get Evan in that.
Yes. I need Evan to show up tomorrow. Well, they're going on the field trip tomorrow. Thank the Lord. I am not going
Maybe
because
Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday.
uh, Wednesday is tomorrow. In tomorrow Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
That's right.
Thursday, because they're doing a field trip with children and water and Miss. Banks and Children in Water. No,
You don't mix.
no.
Well, that's exciting. I'm excited about the plays that's coming here.
Yes.
I'm excited because I acted with you for a
For
while.
years, Evelyn, she's trying to be modest. I've been doing productions for over 20 years. I'm
Yeah.
dating myself for over 20 years. And Miss Evelyn she was brave enough to go with me. I had never written a play before. This was my first major production,
Hmm.
and we did it in Tennessee.
Tennessee and Elyria,
Yeah,
Ohio,
oh, that was
and
the first play because we traveled a lot.
yeah, we
But
did.
that first play, y'all people just believed so much in something that I wrote that a bunch of people got in vans and we went to Tennessee and we acted. I didn't know anything about set design, set
But you
blocking.
did a
I didn't
lot.
know
You did a
anything.
lot.
Yeah, but you
And
guys have been. It was amazing. It turned out amazing though.
yeah, your brother and I did the my
The
design.
score for it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it was pretty nice. I still sing that every now and then. Mudza is
But you wrote that
I did.
for the play. Didn't you write that for the play?
I did. I did. And it's really exciting to see uh, how great you are and the things that you're doing. I'm really proud of you, not just because of who you are, but you are my friend.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Evelyn, every time I come to Macon, I'm a little upset with Miss Evelyn because I've been here for 3 weeks and I've been calling her off
Uh,
the hook. And I'm like, Evelyn, I am in your city and I've been here for 3 weeks. But I'm glad I'm here.
well, it's a lot going on
Yeah.
when you do this pastor's wife thing.
Oh,
You ought
yeah.
to put
Was
ask the question, what happens with the pastor's wife? Yeah,
right.
it's really busy, and so God has been good. And then we've been going through a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
So
you
God has been
said.
good. I'm really proud, and I'm going to help you to push this as much as I can.
Yeah. Tell your listeners if they can get a discount
Okay.
by contacting you. So if you get a list of, um, if anyone contacts you that hears this program between now and August the 31st,
Okay.
if you give me their name and they say, I saw you, Miss True Love, on um,
Issues of life.
Issues of Life,
Okay.
then I'm going to make sure that they get a buy one, get one free.
Okay. Well, you heard that right here on WDO, and you can call us now at 478-250-1444. We want to make sure that you get your tickets and see these plays because the actors are awesome.
Amazing.
They are amazing, and
Hmm.
they're from all over the country. The last play we did, I think the actors was from uh,
Oh,
Jersey,
yeah,
all
they were
over.
from everywhere. They
Every,
they traveled in to do the play.
hmm.
Yeah. So if you stick with what God has called you to do, seriously, like you where you are in the beginning, it's not, I wouldn't have counted myself being here where I am now, where people are paying me
Well,
to come in and do what I'm doing
right.
and putting me up. You know what I'm saying? If someone had told me this years ago, you know, I'm like, oh wait a minute, this is where I'm supposed to be treated. Yeah.
I know, I know. When I was modeling, I used to think I was supposed to have that
Uh-huh.
limelight, and then when you get to be a pastor's wife, I felt like a slave. I go, oh Lord, it was different. It
Oh
was
yeah.
different, and so God has been good, and that's what I like about you. I've been to your hometown,
Mhm.
and I like this about you because you've been consistent. It's like I was telling my husband one day, I said, Beverly's never going to stop. She's going to be a star before before the end of time because she's never going to stop. God has been good. He's
Yeah.
been good
He
to
has.
you,
He
and he's
has.
been good to your family.
Yeah.
And you got a brother that's a total musician.
Uh-huh.
He's real good at it
Yeah.
too. Yeah. So anyway, if you give us a call here today, we'll get your name on the list for your tickets to
Three
one
plays in a day.
3 plays in a day. And that play, what day is it going to be on?
This It's a Saturday. September the 9th is a Saturday. Actually, you can bring me a birthday present because my birthday is September the 10th. So bring a present and you can get in free. No.
Oh,
Bring me
Beverly,
a
you're so
canned
bad.
good. No. But yeah, so they can get a on a list
Mm-hmm.
between now and August the 31st.
Okay.
If they give mention that they
Heard you.
watched your
Okay.
broadcast Issues of Life
Yeah.
on today's date is June the
23rd. Is it the 23rd?
I don't know. I
20.
deal with children all day. I don't remember.
I don't either. I'm sorry. We've been
I
busy
just
this
know it's
week.
lunchtime and I can go get a break.
That's great. That's great. It's really nice to be able to do this, and I
Yes.
wish we had been able to do this the whole time. Um,
Oh, somebody said today's date is June the 27th.
thank you, thank you, thank you, somebody. But it's a good thing to be a part of this kind of thing, and of course, if you need me to act again, I certainly will be
Oh,
on. Once I tell my husband or ask, can I do this? Um, the show is almost over,
For
but it's
joining
so much
the
fun
Issues of
having
Life
you here.
broadcast with
So
your
we
host,
want to thank you
Evelyn
for
Reed.
being here. Thank
Be
you for
sure to
listening to
tune in
Issues of
every
Life.
Tuesday,
Give me a call.
4:15 to 4:45
We
p.m.
will see
to
you
share
next time. Have a
personal,
wonderful and blessed day.
religious, and political issues that our communities face daily, right here on the Glory 107.9 FM, 980 AM, WDDO.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.